We are diving into the dollars and cents behind back-to-school season in our series, Reading, Writing, and Revenue.
Now, when it comes to money, knowledge is power. That's the saying. And in the United States, many adults don't have the knowledge they need to best handle their finances. Only 57% of U.S. adults are considered financially literate, according to a MarketWatch Guide study. Last year, Americans lost an average of over $1,500 because of financial illiteracy, according to the Financial Educators Council. Most schools aren't doing enough to help.
Just 7 states earned an A grade when it comes to teaching financial literacy. These grades are from the Center for Financial Literacy at Champlain College. 9 states earned either a D or F grade, but there's some good news. 23 states are projected to receive an A by 2028. Vince Shorp joins the conversation now. He is the CEO of the National Financial Educators Council. The organization advocates for financial literacy. Vince, I mean, how many schools have some sort of financial literacy as part of their curriculum now? And what exactly does that look like?
About half the states have financial literacy requirements, but we say every state fails. They fail in 2 missions. One, the literacy training does not meet minimum education standards of other subjects. Basic things like having trained educators, outcome-based curriculum, and clear designs for students and teachers. Additionally, no student graduates prepared to make near-term financial decisions. So of those states that have financial literacy programming, the average kid only receives 25 hours of financial education. That's too little, too late.
What are some of those specific skills? Like when we say financial literacy, I think of opening a bank account, for example, but what are the specific things that students should be learning?
Yeah, we take a backwards design approach, meaning looking at what the major challenges the average person faces when they move out on their own for the first time. Things like credit mistakes, things like getting into debt, getting into student loan debt, not able to live independently and self-sufficiently. And then we teach the skill sets to help lead them there. Now, this requires time, rigor, qualified teachers to do so. And when you compact financial literacy into a short period, 25 hours, that's highly subject to learning loss, where students can forget things instead of applying what they learned. A core component of a successful program is having them apply what they learn in the classroom, so when they graduate, they are prepared, and the time requirements need to be significantly expanded. I think it would be critical for schools to teach us all 4 years because it's the most important topic that they're learning in classrooms. Other topics have very little benefit for them, especially in today's age. We look at the sciences, advanced math, the literature. Less than 10% of people will use those topics in their job to earn income, where financial literacy benefits 100% of students.
I mean, you're saying this should be in all 4 years, obviously advocating for a stronger curriculum because you say it's failing across the board despite, about half of the states pursuing it in some way. Why is it approached in the way that it is right now and not, the full 4 years as you're saying it should be? What's the deal with that?
Great question. I think schools are set in their ways. They've been teaching the same core subject for over 100 years. They have ingrained departments, department heads. We have politicians passing bills that aren't really there to make a difference. They're there to get a pat on the back. So a lot of the bills you'll see are unfunded mandates, which are much easier to pass because it's not requiring any more investment into schools. So we have problems across the whole structure. One area I can tell you that we have a big win in is with individual teachers of all different classes. They understand the importance and they're stepping outside of what they're told to teach, math, science, economics, and teaching financial literacy because they know and they care about students.
And we talked in leading into this segment, some of the numbers showing how many people are saying that financial literacy is not a strength for them, that on average people lose about $1,500 because of financial illiteracy. How can some of the courses you're talking about set students up for success, not just in school, but down the road?
If we're conducting comprehensive financial wellness programming, it can lead to positive results, right? And we're having them apply it in the classroom. That's really critical. The core thing is a lot of people make early financial mistakes. I was one of them. Student loan debt, credit card debt. I made some dumb errors early, and it cost me many years to recover from. And those early years are prime years to save and start investing due to compound interest. So it's really critical that people get off on the right footing. It's much easier to avoid a hole than dig yourself out of a hole. And we want to help students prepare for the financial realities of life in a safe, secure setting versus by learning through the school of hard knocks.
Just quick question here. You know, a lot of times when we talk about education and depending on the subject, there's discussion over what does that look like, you know, not just in high school, but through elementary, middle school, and making sure that it's throughout the whole educational experience. Very quickly here, is this just the 4 years of high school, or could it start earlier?
It should start earlier, and it's much easier to integrate financial literacy education into the core curriculum in elementary school because elementary schools focus on literacy and numeracy. It's very easy to integrate.
Right.
Then when it comes to high school, it needs to be a standalone class where we're helping them to address the near-term financial challenges most youth face.
All right, Vince Schorb, CEO of the National Financial Educators Council. Great conversation. Thanks for joining us. All right, with family